2, 1. Hi everybody, this is Oliver Mattson, OCM. Today is May 21st, 2016. Right now it's 9:38 p.m. and you're listening to episode 007, also known as 007. Tonight I'd like to go ahead and talk to one of my client, one of my friends, Wayne Hafner, regarding some of his favorite 007 episodes, some of his favorite Bond things, as well as discussing some of his favorite stuff. Why don't you go ahead and switch spots, man? Or grab your chair. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you. So, what I want to talk about tonight is 007, some of your favorite 007 gadgets, some of your favorite cars, and some of your 007 movies and memories. Why don't we go, and as well as spy films. Why don't we go ahead and start with did you watch the original very first one with the very first one? And did you read any of the original novels before the films?
No, I never did myself.
Okay.
I'll tell you, one of the things that I always liked, my favorite things were the Ferraris.
Right.
In the show.
Okay. In the movies, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And so, they had several different types of them, but he was always driving something really hot, you know?
Yeah, I know. It was amazing the way that they did a lot of the way that they did things. It was a total way of new thought. And so what did you like, Sean Connery versus what were your Timothy Dalton, Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan? What were your go ahead and give me some of your favorite notes on regarding who your favorite Bonds were.
I liked Sean Connery the most, and
right.
I think they had a very colorful way of putting things together in his shows. You know, they're really well written.
Right. Do you think that his work in Remington Steele had anything to deal with his performance as a spy and influence into his drop into the 007 character, because he was on that spy love show, you know?
Well, I don't know very much about his
Remington
history,
Steele,
you know, or any of that part of it.
His performance on Remington Steele, I believe, influenced a lot of the drag towards him as being a Bond possibility, because of the fact that they did a lot of spy type acting and a lot of multifactual type of performance, and he worked well with his female compatriot, and therefore I think that chemistry was able to transcend into the Bond thing with the women and stuff in a very smooth and transcendent manner. There's no doubting in regards to Pierce Brosnan's way with women, and but also let's go ahead and think about another Bond. Let's go ahead and think about.
Well, I had a question for you.
Well, what? Sorry.
All right. There was one James Bond where I still have the footage in the back of my head.
Yeah.
Where something happened, and at the end of the movie, a mattress fell out the
window.
I think it fell. The wall came down or something, and it went into the water. You remember that?
That was Timothy Dalton, sir.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, that was in the For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah, I remember that was a really
great soundtrack. Won two Grammys. For Your Eyes Only, great film. You got it. Yeah.
And part of it was it was a lot of humor in there.
Yeah, there was a lot of humor, and I believe that the new Bond, who is Daniel Craig, and the new one is going to be Idris Elba. He's going to be he's going to be Elba, and Idris Elba. He's going to be good. he did a lot of good stuff. And
Why don't you let the audience know a little bit about some of the things that this guy's about?
well, Idris Elba's been in a whole ton of films, and he's way badass. He's done way too much stuff. He's done a ton of stuff. He has done. Let's go ahead and go and clarify. Let's see. He's probably going to be done. He's got like a shitload of awards. Uh, from 1970, born 1972. Okay. He was on The Wire and on HBO. He was on Luther. Uh,
American Gangster.
yep, yep. Miniseries. Yep,
So
totally.
he's
Yep.
done a lot of work.
He's done a ton of stuff. Yeah. Thor. He was on the Thor: The Dark World and Beast of No Nation. He was in Takers. I got that film on VHS. Uh,
Big Drill.
yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, Zootopia. Yeah, and he did a voiceover for Shankar in the Jungle Book. Yeah, that's awesome. Uh, he does DJing. That's great. Yeah, that's right. He played a while back in a place where a buddy of mine, Spiz Energy, does DJing. That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and look through it. Yeah, he's done a ton of it, but he's gonna be he's the new James Bond. So
Isn't Spiz Energies from
London, England.
In England.
Yeah.
I
But
remember you talking about
but Idris Elba is going to be the new James Bond. But evidently, the thing is, it doesn't really have a sex. It doesn't have a race. It doesn't have a necessarily area, because of the fact that 007 is an agent name that's been transparent, that flows through time, similar to Doctor Who, regenerates.
I
So
think it's great.
yeah, and to be able to have a black guy, have a black actor portray 007 is a great thing. And I'd like an American. I'd really like an American Doctor Who. That's one thing I'd really like to see as an American Doctor Who. But this guy totally fits in with the entire action stuff. He's done stuff on. Yeah, he's gonna. It'll work with Idris. Just as it worked with Pierce Brosnan. It's gonna be great fun. So I just want to see if you have. Okay, what about spy TV shows from the 60s? You remember a show called Get Smart? And you remember The Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Yeah, but some of them that I think about is clear back since I'm damn old.
Right.
I think back to some of the stuff that was taken from radio broadcasting.
Right. Like the Sherlock Holmes mysteries. Yeah.
Such as Boston Blackie. For example. And his stuff was really unusual.
Okay. And do you remember a show called Rorschach the Night Stalker?
Yeah, I do.
Alright. That guy was great. I actually watched a bit of Rorschach the Night Stalker, and I was very entertained with that. And I can't imagine. I never thought that. I saw a beautiful performance by the guy that was the guy that played Peter Billingsley's dad character in The Christmas Story, being a badass like investigator type guy and he's working for a newspaper and stuff. It was totally awesome, and it was very off center. It was very exciting. So did you like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. or what?
I don't recall too much about it.
Okay.
So I'm not going to get in on that topic very well.
Did you like the Twilight Zone films and movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
I always thought Rod Sterling was absolutely strange.
Yeah. The ability to be able to transform, like a comic book story into a real story, or like something from a sci-fi book, or like a dinosaur novel into a television episode back then. At that time, that was very interesting and a very interesting perspective.
He also used to respectfully take different stuff that was from film festivals.
Of course, yeah.
And he would show some of those
Well,
things.
Rod Serling was one of the best.
Unreal.
Rod Serling was one of the best promoters of abstract stuff. He also helped bring light to writers like Bradbury, and he brought light to writers like let's see, a lot of people like let's see, Bradbury. A bunch more.
I remember that he did
And
a
he worked
film called. He brought it to light. You know, it was called "The Hanging on Owl Creek Bridge,"
right,
and which became a really popular, famous thing after he put it on there.
Okay. Okay.
I believe it won the Film Festival of the Year.
Hanging on Owl Creek Bridge. Okay. Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge.
That's
got
what
it.
I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Hanging at Owl Creek Bridge. Okay. Got it.
Some of the best footage had gone through.
Twilight Zone. Yeah, that's an occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge.
Well,
yeah. Okay.
It's
got
just
it.
that the way that it was shot worked so well,
Okay.
and it became something that was so understood by people in the film industry,
Right.
in how they approached
Right.
the scenes.
Right. It was okay. It was based on according to what I'm looking at here. Fucking computer. Come on. According to, it is a Currents at Owl Creek Bridge or A Dead Man's Dream, a short story by American author Ambrose Bierce. Yes. Originally published by the San Francisco Examiner, July 13th, 1890. It was first collected in Bierce's 1890 book of Tales of Soldiers and Civilians, story of which is, during the Civil War, famous for its irregular time sequence and twist ending. Bierce's abandonment of strict linear narration in favor of internal mind of the protagonist is considered an example of experimentation of stream of consciousness, and Bierce has been noted by having been researching similar stuff. Okay. So Ambrose Bierce, the guy that went to go look for go see you later, bro. So it's Ambrose Bierce, and wrote this story. This is great. Wow. There's a ton of stuff. Go ahead and look up the occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge. Alright, so I got left off.
I want you to be wide awake and feel like doing things. You know? If you don't feel like doing things, don't.
Well, I have to.
All that I have to do is try to figure it out the next step. Anyway,
From the show.
No, I didn't do that. I already
It's all right.
to warm it up. I wasn't gonna leave this to die.
okay, what I want is, I love things that I want to talk about in spy stuff. Let's see. Things that I like about the 007 films regarding spy gear. The watch. The watch that can trigger things. The telemetrics of the watch that can be able to telemetricize where he was and where he can be and where he should be.
Okay, I'll see you.
Take it easy, bro.
Hey, you have a good one, Oliver.
Take it easy, man. Have fun. Rock and roll. The watches. The little computer thingies. The chick that was an engineer. The dude that was an engineer. No, the chick that was a... Moneypenny was the chick that had the perpetual crush on him. That's always never gonna stop. Thank God for Moneypennies. Q. And, you know, Q is also a thing. These are not, 007 doesn't need to be seen as one linear person, because that is a position that is laid out towards multiple agents and may have been laid out during hundreds of years possibly of knowledge, acknowledgement, and spy movement, secrecy, and subsequent government movements. There's no reason that we can't have a multi-racial bond or a possibility of a multinational Doctor Who. Okay? So, I wanted to drop with that, and because of copyright reasons, I would go ahead and play da 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 da, but I can't, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is let you guys get going and go listen to the 007 music. Go watch your favorite 007 film, and go have yourself a great and wonderful evening or day of suspense and mystery. May the force be with you, and as always, I'll check you on the flip side.